I go out there a lot of the time, and a lot of time I may get a slap on the wrist for something I do, but I'm willing to take chances. I'm willing to get in trouble. I'm willing to get fined, and honestly, I'm willing to get fired as long as it is on my shoulder.
I'm a champion!
Oh, there he is.
There he is.
Hello. How are you, sir? Come in. Drew McIntyre, ladies and gentlemen.
Drew McIntyre.
Hey guys.
Kevin, nice to meet you.
Drew.
Morning, Drew.
How are you? It is morning.
How you doing today?
I'm very tired.
Very tired. Late night last night?
Late night with the time difference, the jet lag. I've been in Boston, Providence, LA, Nashville, Berlin, and yeah, we're in Berlin right now. Then Denver tomorrow.
Denver tomorrow.
Very excited about that. Big celebration in Denver once I take out Punk.
So how are you feeling about Punk? How are you feeling about the strap match tonight?
I feel great. I mean, not specifically right now, but when the time comes, I'm ready. I've not hit him one time with a strap. He's hit me multiple times. He's attacked me from behind, and finally, he can't attack me from behind. We're strapped to each other. Yeah. I'm going to hit him one time. He's going to beg for mercy. I'm not going to stop hitting him. I'm going to drag his carcass, touch all four sides, keep hitting him with the strap. He's going to quit WWE, and I'm going to get arm surgery for all the high fives from the boys for taking Punk out.
So you see, the thing is, you call him the cancer of the locker room. Is he, though? Because it seems like he's getting on with everybody.
Of course.
Or is he just playing them? Is he working them?
For now, it's just a matter of time. He's a ticking time bomb. Eventually, something's going to upset him. Then he's going to get an altercation. He's not going to be able to help himself. He's going to blow up, and then he's going to be gone. And he knows this is his last chance.
Okay, so you want to eradicate Punk, get him out of WWE. Was there any chance that you would have not been in WWE? We know you've just signed a new deal this year. The Rock. Did you get presented with a sword during dinner from The Rock?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Perfectly normal thing.
Was it meant to be swordfish, but they bought you a sword instead?
Yeah. I mean, it's a wild situation. Like, if you think 10 years ago, I was fired from WWE. 10 years later, I was able to thankfully negotiate a contract that works perfectly for myself in WWE, my family, and to cap it all off, The Rock sends a sword in a very nice note. So I always tell everybody, no matter what happens in life, you keep pushing, you keep believing, you can achieve anything. You put the work in, you're accountable to the person in the mirror, you can do literally anything. Amen
to that. Congratulations. But during
except counter jet lag.
Getting all emotional with it. But with that, there was so much talk about, would you stay in WWE? Would you go? Did AEW reach out to you at that point? Did you put any feelers out during that period of time?
The only thing that I had in my mind was family time. I've talked about it publicly, so I'm not saying anything shocking that's going to hit the dirt sheets. It probably will anyway. Everything I say hits the dirt sheets. But we lost my sister-in-law about a year and a half ago. My mother-in-law was struggling, my wife was struggling, and I told them, okay, I'm going to take some time off at the end of this contract, be with the family for the first time in my life. Like, I went from college to WWE, to being fired, to the independent schedule, which was crazier than WWE, to back to WWE, and that was my plan. And as time passed, we got into the Punk stuff, the evolution of the character, and our family started to learn to live with the new normal. And it got to the point where my wife said, okay, we should have a conversation. It's probably not the time to be going anywhere right now, if we can figure out just a little more time for the family, because you've given your entire life to wrestling. It'd be nice to get a little bit more, but at the same time still, give yourself to what you love, which is wrestling. And thankfully, thanks to Triple H and Nick Khan, we got the perfect deal for work, for my family, for everybody, and a nice little sword for my wall.
Amazing. Well, I'm sorry your family have been through that, but I'm very pleased that all worked out so beautifully. Kev, over to you.
I'm going to try and condense this because I've got a lot to say. We talk about you and CM Punk quite a lot on the podcast, and I can get quite passionate about this topic. Yesterday, I came and watched the kickoff show, and
those Germans weren't very nice to me, were they?
No, they weren't. No. But you talk about this as well. You always make a point that, like, actually everything you say is just coming from a place of truth. You're not just going out there doing sort of generic heel things. It's like you're just saying it exactly as you see it. So I like to watch the product very much just as a fan. I don't like to do that thing of going, well, if they did it this, then the storyline could do that, and blah 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 blah. And me watching it purely as a fan. Also, I'm British, but like you're my babyface, and Punk is my heel. The way I'm watching it, and then what riles me up when we come to talk about these things on a podcast is. So I said to James after the kickoff yesterday, watching you at work at the kickoff, I went, Drew's the best in the company at the moment because you're on fire in that kickoff. You're so alive to what's happening in the crowd, to what Michael Cole was saying to you. Like, you're actually awesome on the mic. And I get annoyed when people go, oh, you know what it is? The thing is, why Drew's on fire at the moment is working with CM Punk. And I get annoyed about that. I get riled up because I think that's not giving you the credit for the work that you've put in. We're all agreed you're on fire right now. What do you put it down to?
Just being myself and living my truth fully is exactly what it is. Thankfully, with the way WWE is now, the creative system, our creative team led by Triple H, obviously, like they know our characters, especially if you know yourself, it really helps as well. But right now, they know exactly who I am. I know exactly who I am. They lay it up for me perfectly and trust me to truly be myself. I mean, working with CM Punk, he wasn't there for the majority of the time. Like he said himself, what would you be without me, basically? I was like, what would you be without me? People would have forgot about you. You would have been sitting at home, you'd have showed up, it'd be cool. But I set up this giant match. Kept things together for how many months. I was also working with other people. It wasn't just him, with the Jays and the Seths and everybody else that came my way. And thankfully had this opportunity to truly be as close as I've been to independent, like Drew Galloway, where I truly was as creative as I could be myself. And like yesterday, there was no plan, there was no script. I can go out now and just be myself, live my truth, and it's so cool to see people respond so emotionally like yourself. So it's a pretty cool time in wrestling. It's all across the board as well. It's not just myself. To see so many characters develop, evolve, and know now we have so many top superstars is really cool.
And do you have a lot more freedom now in terms of promo scripting? Like when you go out there, or is it still like you have to stick to this and that?
No. I mean, you obviously got to stick to your times, stay within the confines of the story, but I go out there a lot of the time, and a lot of time I may get a slap on the wrist for something I do, but I'm willing to take chances. I'm willing to get in trouble. I'm willing to get fined, and honestly, I'm willing to get fired, as long as it is on my shoulders and I can say I gave it my all. I was wrong or I was right. It feels good to know that it was on me, and also, right now it's such a collaboration. It's on all of us, and you see the results with how WWE is doing right now. We're on fire. I'm willing to get fired. Love that.
Like Kev was saying, it's just a testament to the great work that's happening in the company in general. There's a bracelet in the middle of you and Punk being told bloodline story, the Ula Fala. Like, these kind of inanimate objects are becoming championships in their own right. Is there is this showing that you are on another level now, that you're almost like maybe above a championship, that you can tell these stories and get these little bits over, as it were?
I don't think anybody's above a championship, but it is cool that we have or we are taking the time to tell these deep layered stories, that we can get something like the bracelet as over as it is right now. Like, it's so cool that we put the time in to explain how much it means to Punk, how much I enjoy taking it away from him, because I can see how much it emotionally hurts him. And then at SummerSlam, when it got involved in the match, I brought the bracelet out, and it was switching from myself to Punk to Seth, and hearing the crowd respond such in a positive manner, I was like, wow, this is a really cool time right now, that we can tell these stories to the point where, like you say, if you don't have the championship, that's fine, as long as you're in a story. That's all I care about right now. As long as I'm in a meaningful story, I'm happy, and I'm in a meaningful story. It feels real because it is real. But also, like you say, the bracelet means so much, and eventually I'll get the championship, but realistically, if I got it before now, then I was just right. And then if I was right, then it's not as interesting.
We're being wrapped up. I know you've got to go. Just one more very quick question. Is there a bit of an understanding between you and Punk as to how far you can go with promos? Because I genuinely have been quite taken aback by some of the things you've maybe written on fans' hoodies when signing autographs, using the C word, the picture with Jack Perry. Was that, do you just literally do what you want now and sort of hope for the best?
Clearly. Yeah, I write the C word in hoodies. I mean, there's no one in the office telling me, hey, Drew, you should write the C word.
No.
But I'm also trying to make it more acceptable in America. Like the butcher from The Boys is helping, get the C word over in America. No, I'm working on it now. Like in America, if you say that, they'll literally sit down and go, wow, I can't believe you said that. I was like, it's just a word, mate, calm down. It's a term of endearment where I'm from. So at the end of the day, it's cool to know this, the story stuff. And, hopefully people remember this Punk storyline for a long time. Be a defining moment, I guess, in our careers, as much as we don't like each other. But when I retire, if they say, well, Drew got the C word over in America, that's his legacy right there on his tombstone.
And Jack Perry, how did that come about?
On the same flight. He was just right in front of me. I had a chat with him, lovely lad. His girlfriend's really nice, flying to LA. And just said, hey, we should take a picture together. We're both wrestlers. I'll put it on the internet. Give you a little rub.
And you both...
And people reacted crazy. Yeah. That internet's.
Okay, well, Drew.
I was just going to ask a really quick question. Obviously, quick. You mentioned Drew Galloway, and being able to kind of just do what you like in that sense of that previous iteration of your character and stuff. Just a word on the British wrestling scene right now. We're seeing stadium shows that have recently just happened. WWE have kind of teased there could be something in the works there with the Mayor of London and stuff, and just the influx of Scottish, Irish, English people into American wrestling now. Like, is there, what do you think of like the resurgence of the British wrestling scene at the moment?
It's awesome. It's mental. It's been happening for years, but just to see how far it's come now is unbelievable. I got signed 2007, the first ever Scottish person signed directly from Scotland, and Sheamus and Wade all signed at the same time. We were just literally picked up from this side of the world, dropped in America. It was unusual for anybody to get signed directly from that side of the world. And we fast forward all these years, and to see not just so many people representing all different places across the world, specifically back home, but so many Scottish people. And for me personally, it's amazing. Like, we have 5 million people in Scotland, and I look around and we have at least like 4 or 5 girls alone from Scotland. It's so cool. And I think back to that 2014 to 2017 period where I was gone from WWE, and the boom in the independent scene that obviously led to the creation of the AEW, and the independent scene being so healthy now that people can make a full-time living. And Britain was the #1 place that was on fire. And I'm so excited that, as far as I'm concerned, we're the best wrestlers in the world.
Okay, Drew, you've got to go. Final message to Punk down that camera ahead of tonight. What would you say to him?
Oh, mate, I'm about to get some sleep in your
Fair enough.
Cheers, lads.
Drew McIntyre, legend. Thanks so much.